Hey everyone, welcome to our Saturday night live stream. This is going to be a Q&A and open forum, and we'll wait to get some people in here. Hey guys, doing pretty good. How are you doing? Well, this is just a live stream to just talk with you guys, and if you guys have any questions to ask, you're welcome to ask them. And if there's any particular things you want to talk about, you're welcome to do that. So it's been a couple weeks since I did a live stream, so I figured it was a good opportunity to do one on a nice Saturday night. Hello, Barbara. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Mikey. Jack, I'm in northeast part of Pennsylvania, not too far from Scranton. Happy Saturday to you. Everyone that's joining me, this is just a open forum type of live stream for tonight. If there's any things you want to talk about, you're welcome to. If you want to discuss any topics, any questions you have, you're welcome to voice them during this live stream. Hopefully everyone's enjoying their night tonight. It's a beautiful, cool night tonight here in Pennsylvania. It's around, I think it's maybe around 70 degrees, and it's nice and comfortable out. Crickets are out, and I'm outside of my patio. That's my fence behind me with the lights, and I have some. I'll show you really quick. Some lights above me here. So this is just my outdoor patio. Hey, Linda. Hey, Joyce. So I have to ask. I'll get this ball rolling, so to speak. But I uploaded my video today of Morbid Manor Motel, which was a dark ride that I filmed at the Jolly Roger Pier in Ocean City. And that was recommended to me by one of my viewers. I don't remember who it was, but if any of you watched that, I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. Uh, you could compare it to Knoble's Haunted House or Trimper's Haunted House, which I also filmed and uploaded that video yesterday. Just seeing what you guys' thoughts were on that Morbid Manor Motel. Personally, the outside was very deceiving. It looked pretty good. Um, Very similar to a dark ride I filmed a couple years ago. I named it the worst dark ride ever, and that was part of Right Hopper shows. There was a mousetrap ride that had um, zombie theming on the outside, and the inside was just a black room with lots of light showing through. And it's very comparable to that. Got an airplane flying over. Hey Adam, I saw you pop in there. I end up getting chased by wild hogs. No, I can't say I've ever been chased by wild hogs. Not that I ever want to. Favorite exploration you have done? That's a good question. Um, that's a really tough question, actually. I guess it's really a toss up between some of the resorts I filmed. If I was going to say a commercial business wise, it would probably be either Grossinger's Resort in the Catskills or the Summit Resort in the Poconos. Those are probably my top two resorts. Um, Locally, I'd say Iron Temple Theater. It's another favorite location of mine. And as far as houses, I have a toss up between two of them. I have the one I mistakenly called it a steeple, and about probably 2,000 people corrected me saying it's a cupola. That was a really cool house, built in 1800s. And the one house that has that really deep hot tub. I call it the best abandoned house I've ever been in. So those are probably my top five locations. love my Halloween videos, so I'm glad you enjoy them. There's going to be many more of them coming out, not specifically Spirit Halloween ones, but the good thing is in my area there's a few houses that go all out for the holidays, specifically Halloween and Christmas, and I filmed I think a couple of them last year, and I'll definitely be filming more of them once they're all set up and decorated. And yeah, thankfully that ride was short because it was really disappointing with how terrible it was. Doesn't sound like a piper. I'm just going through your comments here, so just give me a second. Fantastic Thomas fan day. Mikey, I did see you had a live stream, I think, for 80 subscribers, which is congratulations on that. But when I went to it, I couldn't see anything. It was just your thumbnail. So excuse me, I didn't get to really watch that because I didn't know what was going on with that. Deer stand house. Don't remember which one that is. Well, let me ask you guys, what's your favorite abandoned videos I filmed? Do you like the abandoned houses more, or do you like the large resorts? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, those guys that own those houses really go all out and spare no expense. Oh yeah, the one with that's the steeple house, cupola house with the mattress on the floor. That was an interesting house. Joyce, I have. Hang on here. I just got back from Ocean City, Maryland. I was there for 2 weeks, and I visited Berlin, Maryland, which is the adjoining town. And I filmed 3 locations there. I didn't release the videos yet. One of them is actually an old drive-in theater that was opened in the 50s, closed in the 70s. And that was a really creepy explore because while I was on that property, I came across some evidence of like a homeless camp. There was a bunch of tents, shopping carts, and some other weird items in the woods. Okay, it's all overgrown now. And I also filmed 2 farmhouses there. So those videos will be coming out probably next week sometime. Thank you, Fallen Angel. Yeah, Grossinger's was amazing. And now, excuse me, as of today, almost the whole resort is, at least half the resort is torn down. I don't mean to keep focusing in and out. I'm trying to check the comments here. Houses and hospitals. Yeah, I've only done 1 hospital. That was a Hangouts on Airstream. I haven't friend to talk to. Okay, yeah, I'll have to check out your other videos then, Mikey. Houses. I did a video Spirit Halloween. Yeah, I did watch that. I was going to ask you, I didn't have a chance to comment which location that was. I think that was in, I want to say a mall by Bloomsburg, if I remember, or Buckhorn. Well, Barbara, I appreciate that. I try and make the videos interesting and entertaining. Yeah, variety is definitely good, Adam. Top floor blocked you from walking upstairs. I'm really drawing a blank on that. I'm sorry. I don't know which one that is. I know the mattress one, but you're saying that's a different one. If I posted, if you know like the name of the title or what was in the house, maybe I could try to remember. I'm just drawing a blank right now. Jack, if you need to get a hold of me, if you don't have Facebook, I do have Gmail address. You can find that down below in the video description, but it's jpvideos81@gmail.com. In Utah, we're in the second level of the house in Utah. Jack, I wouldn't share your number over the live stream because basically everyone can see it, but if you need to message me, feel free to just send me an email. Sunbury, oh, okay. I wasn't sure which store you went to. Have I been to Long Island? No, I've been to Manhattan. I was there last year, but my plan is for the upcoming year of 2019 is to get out and expand my, um, I guess you could say, search area. I'd like to get to some other parts of Pennsylvania, specifically Pittsburgh. There's a few locations out there that I'd really love to view, to film, as well as do some more traveling. I do have plans coming up in February. Actually, before that, December, I will be back down in Maryland for about 4 days. If I'm able to find something while I'm down there again, I will do that. But coming in February, I'm going to be driving down to Florida and making a pit stop in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And planning on filming some things there. There's a lot of cool tourist attractions there, unique things and places to check out. Definitely going to try and include some abandoned locations as well, but I love the tourist trap areas. They just really draw you in. I think there's like a Titanic ship there, and there's a bunch of museums and weird kind of crazy places to check out. So do have some plans in the near future, but definitely 2019 I want to get out and do some more traveling and see what else there is out there. But thankfully Pennsylvania has a lot to offer. We still have more locations lined up that we're going to be filming, and believe it or not, we're actually headed back to the Catskills next Sunday, a week tomorrow. We have 3, possibly 4 more places we're going to film. One of them being another resort, and then we have a small, I guess you could kind of call it like a retail store, but it's not. And then we have a hospital, which turned into a senior living center. And there's one more. Oh yeah, there's like a older bed and breakfast hotel. So next Sunday we do have 3, possibly 4 locations we will be filming. Hey Spirit Storm, thanks for watching. Florida, we're going to be going to North Florida by Panama City. Cold country Canada. Well, I'm sorry to hear it's cold. Kitty travels when you head south. Alright, I'll have to look into that. And just to give you a teaser, I have approximately 8 to 10 videos I haven't released yet. Not all abandoned, some of them are. Hello from Atlanta. Carpetbagger's done a series of vids and gaps. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Carpetbagger and Adam the Woo. And they've inspired me to kind of travel down that way and film some of those crazy places. And not sure if you guys noticed, but Adam the Woo and Carpetbagger kind of initially started out doing the abandoned video thing, and they've more or less strayed away from it. Adam does a lot of Disney stuff now, but I still watch him. Carpetbagger does a lot of the roadside attractions, and still entertaining. And that's what I want to kind of do with my channel, not to stray away from abandoned. As long as there's abandoned places to film, I will film them. But I do want to incorporate some other places, roadside attractions, tourist areas, unique things that people don't see unless they travel. So don't be discouraged. I'm not going to be leaving the abandoned territory, so to speak, but I do want to incorporate some North stuff and keep my channel, continue to keep it family friendly and to keep it entertaining. You know, not everyone likes abandoned, not everyone likes Knobles, not everyone likes railroad stuff, but I try and do a little bit of everything just to keep everyone who has an interest in that stuff coming back for more. So let me check your comments here a second. Another meetup at Knobles. I will be there for Hollow Fun. I don't know the date yet. Probably won't do a meetup, but you know, obviously if you or anyone sees me there, you're welcome to come over and say hello. Adam, yeah, I remember you mentioned that to me. I will double check my calendar. I actually forgot about it. I'm glad you reminded me. I'm going to check my calendar, and I'll message you and let you know if I have any plans. If not, then I'll definitely try and come out. But what I was getting back to is I have 8 to 10 videos I didn't release yet. Once I have one more dark ride coming out tomorrow. It's from Rehoboth Beach. It's from the Funland Amusement Park. It's probably one of the best dark rides I've ever ridden. It gives Knobles a really tough run because it's a very unique ride, and you'll see that video tomorrow morning. But aside from that, I have 2 abandoned locations that I filmed right before I went to Maryland. It's an abandoned restaurant and an abandoned vacation home resort where we encountered over a dozen abandoned homes that were used as summer getaways. Those 2 videos will be coming out, and then we'll be getting into the 3 places I filmed in Maryland, the drive-in and the 2 farmhouses. And incorporated in there, I do have 2 more reviews coming out. One's going to be a really cool product I'm testing currently, and something that you guys may be interested in purchasing if you guys like to do exploring or anything that involves needing some illumination, so to speak. Let's see. Trying to catch all your comments. If I miss anything, just comment again. But I'm trying to check them out here. Who's your partner in crime in your videos? Joyce. His name is Mike. He actually originally was a subscriber of mine, and he started reaching out to me. We've been having conversations, and he asked if I've ever had any interest in having someone join me on my explorations. And I've had people join me before, but they were other YouTubers, but he didn't have a channel at the time. He just liked to check out abandoned stuff. So he messaged me. We got in contact with each other, and we've been exploring ever since. He actually has a channel now too. It's called Good Day for Decay. It's going to be getting plugged in a future video that we filmed recently, but I have it linked on my channel. He does more of a slideshow type of video, but if you want to see his point of view from our locations, you can definitely check out his channel. Alright, Mikey, yeah, I think we're going around the middle of October, so I'll definitely let you know. Savage Batman, hello. Moundsville Prison. I actually never heard of that. Yeah, America, USA definitely has some amazing abandoned places, but unfortunately a lot of them, are more or less tourist areas now where you have to pay to get a tour. You can't really explore it on your own. I do have places in West Virginia I do want to film, so hopefully sometime next year. I think I'm going to try and get out west to Pittsburgh first. I do want to do the abandoned turnpike tunnels. There's a 13-mile stretch of abandoned turnpike road, and there's 2 tunnels there. One is a mile long, one's about a half-mile long. And there's lots of videos out there right now of them, but I obviously want to do my own and do it the right way with some drone footage, obviously the back history on it. And I know someone asked earlier if I ever do research on the houses I go to. Every location that I film that's planned ahead, I always do research on, whether it's a home, a business, a location. Excuse me, if there's research to be had, I go out and find it. If it's a roadside find or like a last minute discovery, obviously it's not planned, and we just film it and try and come up with our best conclusion as to what happened. Sometimes we get information from neighbors after we film, other times we don't, but whenever I'm able to share information with you, I do share it in the videos. Excuse me, there are a select few times I don't, just because of privacy reasons and legal issues that it wouldn't be in my best interest to share them. Yeah, Tracy, I not only abandoned homes, I did see a couple videos of, excuse me, I have itchy throat tonight. I think it's an abandoned, like, trolley yard. I think it's abandoned trolleys or trolley cars. I saw a couple videos on that, and they look pretty amazing. That's definitely something I want to check out. Popular bike tour, take with the bike. Yeah, I do plan on bringing my bike if I go to the turnpike tunnels, just because it's going to be a long walk. But I like to go when the foliage is down and maybe have it be more visible to see everything. I actually do have other locations too planned for the wintertime specifically, just because they'll be easier to film once the leaves are gone from the trees. So got a lot of plans in the next coming months. But again, don't be discouraged if I don't post something abandoned. I know people complain if it's not an abandoned video, but I never started my channel to be an abandoned channel. It's just something that interests me. everything that I film and share with you guys are things that interest me, and hopefully that interests you as well. So, just be understanding that if it's something that you don't like at that moment, you know, you're not forced to watch it. It's free to watch. You have to click on it to watch it. I'm not forcing anyone to watch my videos, but just be understanding that I am going to incorporate other things besides abandoned stuff, but that is my probably number one passion right now. So as long as I don't get in any big legal trouble or run out of location to film, I'll continue to do that. Thank you, Joyce. I appreciate that. Winter is too cold for me. Wintertime is perfect for me because you could tell all my videos I sweat like crazy. And wintertime's nice and cool. Hang on, just checking these comments here. I don't go as far as contacting relatives just because I don't know how they're going to react to me being in a location. I have had people find out when I was in their homes by word of mouth, and only one time it didn't really go over too well. I did get in a little bit of trouble for that. It wasn't a house though; it was actually a school. But I don't want to stir up anything. Maybe they had some bad memories from the house or something. So I just leave things the way they are and just share it with you guys. Let me read Adam's comment. Yeah, I did read that as well, Adam, that they did block off some of the areas, but from what I've seen, it's not really too difficult to get inside. Actually, the one gentleman that was with us at the Elvira meetup, Wally B, he filmed there, and so did Journey with Jay. So, guess we'll find out when we get there. Halloween party, October 20th. Possibly. Depends on the location and what time and everything like that. So just give me the details in the email and I'll get back to you on that. Mr. Something Basic, yes, I can see your comments. I do love filming abandoned cars as well, but I think I love filming like abandoned railroad stuff even more, just because they're so big and massive and more uncommon. Don't have a metal detector. It's actually been suggested several times before, and I've contemplated getting one, but the only problem I have is I think it would make my videos entirely too long because I like to show what's at that property. But if I incorporate metal detecting as well, I think it would just be too time consuming. So, not at this time. Yeah, no bugs and animals to deal with. That is very true. You'll see in the one video from Maryland, the one farmhouse I went into, I did encounter some bees that were more or less following me, and I'm not a big fan of bees. So, if I could avoid them with cold weather, I'll definitely take advantage of that. Yeah, Kyle. Fortunately, some circumstances do happen, and the one you're referring to was a couple years ago, and wasn't as knowledgeable as I am now as to how to approach locations. So I try to avoid anything like that happening in the future. I don't know if I want to get below zero. Still watching. Well, Shauna, thanks for watching all those videos. I do have quite a few of them on there. And if anyone who's joining me doesn't know, for my abandoned videos, I do have most of my videos categorized under playlists. One of them is titled Abandoned Remains Series. One is Abandoned Resorts. One is Centralia. One is Retail Stores. And it helps you find them that much easier. Mr. Something Basic, I do see your comments, so not sure what you're talking about there. Well, as far as wildlife goes, I have a tendency to scare them away. Penguin Club, hey, hey, hey. Hello, Doris. That is true. Adrenaline definitely does take a hold of you and kind of help you ignore what's going on in your I guess you could say current state of mind. Getting a little sore out here. Something I was going to ask you guys, I forgot. Oh, there was another question, but I have a new one now. There's a location that Adam the Woo filmed a few months ago. It's called Roadside America. It's in Charlottesville, Pennsylvania, and it's supposed to have I guess it's titled the largest model display in the country or in the world. I'm not really sure, but it's basically this gigantic model train display. But it's not just that. I mean, it's a whole working like city that's in, obviously like a train display form, but they have buttons you could push to activate certain things, and I guess you could spend a good amount of time there and not even see everything. So that is planned for the winter time. Hopefully, you guys would like to see something like that. That's, excuse me, a type of roadside attraction, and it's killing me. There was something I was going to ask you and I forgot. Uh, Gaming channel? No, I'm not a gamer, so that would probably never happen. My daughter Lily has a channel called Lily's Toy Channel, and she I think wants to have a gaming channel in the future. Did I explore when I was a kid? Not necessarily explore. I was curious of things, just as I am today. I never really ventured into things because I was afraid of getting in trouble. But curiosity always got the best of me, especially with stuff like coal mines, railroad stuff. I was always curious of things that kind of stood out to me. Something you didn't see in your every normal day life. Charlotte, let's see. Well, I've been on YouTube here, I think going on 9 years now. But when I started out, I just did videos that were just kind of ordinary videos, nothing in particular, just random stuff. I think my very first abandoned location I filmed was it was a former Gertrude Hawk's candy store, and they had other businesses in it. And I think that was probably about 3, 4 years ago. And I just happened to stumble upon that. I saw the doors open, and I ended up filming it because it's a place I used to shop at, and they had a train display in there. So that was probably my first video, and it didn't get a lot of views. I think it has less than 1,000 views, even till as of today. Sorry, but I did discover though that I really loved going in and seeing what was left behind, and trying to imagine where things were, why they left, stuff like that. So it was probably 3, 4 years ago at the most, and it just kind of took off from there. I started researching locations, and believe it or not, a lot of the locations I find are just found by driving around. Sometimes I get contacted by viewers like yourselves that notify me of locations. If I see things in the news about an abandoned building or neighborhood, I research it. Um, and Mike, who joins me, is great at finding things on Google Maps. He'll just scroll around and look for places that are either overgrown or have holes in the roof. And that's how we find 99% of the places that we film. Bring a lynch. Okay. Debbie, it's funny that you said that. If you guys ever watched myself and Jeff Grant Media, we've done 2 live stream ghost hunts. One was at Concrete City in Nanacoke, Pennsylvania. That was our first one, which was a really interesting adventure. And we did a second one at the Avondale coal mine site. It's a mine site disaster where a large number of men died from a mine collapse. And we do have plans to do another one, possibly at a cemetery. There's a couple cool cemeteries around here, so that may be coming up before the winter time. I did go by myself to a lot of the locations just because I had no one to go with me. A lot of people show interest and say, hey, yeah, I'd love to join you and go with you, but they either don't have any free time or they're just all talk and they're like, no, maybe I shouldn't do that. It's not a good idea. So I go myself if I have to, but having someone with you definitely makes things much safer and easier. Yeah, not having a car could definitely make things difficult. I hope uh, anybody who was a coal miner, you're saying that your dad was, I have a ton of respect for, because a lot of places offer coal mine tours where they show you commercially how work was done in the coal mines. It's a very safe environment. But I've explored some abandoned coal mines, and just seeing the environment and the things they had to deal with is just unheard of. Like, to even imagine the spaces they had to crawl in, the hazards they had to deal with. Barbara, no, not that I know of, at least. I don't think anyone said they saw their house on my video. Hello, Lady Vamp. Do you take many still shots of the stopes of the Glenburn mine? No, I didn't take many photos at all inside the Glenburn mine. I was more focused on the video part of it, and making sure that we had good air quality and just doing it safely. But normally I do try and incorporate photos. Yeah. All right, Adam. Yeah, it's definitely going to be coming up over the winter time. It's also a place in, I think, Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. It's called Bill's Old Bike Barn, and it's a huge place with all these old antique motorcycles and items from the old days. Like old oil containers, anything that's like nostalgia, vintage. And for $5, you get to explore the place. It's not abandoned, but it's a place that he created. It's almost like his own little neighborhood. He's got storefronts, and barber shop, and stuff like that. That's gonna be another place that's gonna be coming up probably next month or so. I'm gonna head over there and film that. Well, Hope, I'm sorry to hear that about your father. It's really killing me that I can't think of what I was going to ask you guys before. So I'm guessing by the crowd that I have here with me tonight that almost all of you are subscribers of mine based on my abandoned videos. Is there anyone here that likes any of the other content I put out? I always like to put out a feeler to see what people like, and not really have you dictate what my channel is going to produce, but I do like to hear feedback. So every once in a while I put out polls on my channel, or I just ask you guys, what you like to see. So I'm just curious to see, besides abandoned stuff, what else you guys like. Thought I heard something behind me. Oh, I did remember what I was going to ask you guys, so I will share that in a moment. Yeah, that's got to be the most frustrating thing I've encountered recently. I went there 2 times. Both times they didn't have everything set up, and the second time was worse than the first time because nothing was working. It was all broke. I've seen videos. My buddy Jay Drone filmed, I think, at the Bloomsburg Mall, a Spirit Halloween store that had a lot more stuff and everything was working. So I was kind of frustrated. I tried to share that with you guys and it didn't work out, but it doesn't really look good on their part. Well, Joyce, as I mentioned more than one time, I do consider myself a variety channel. I film everything from abandoned stuff to railroad stuff, model railroad, special events like the Polar Plunge, the cardboard box race, stuff like that. I do Spirit Halloween videos, Christmas decorated houses, Knoebels videos, which is an amusement park here, dark rides. I film a little bit of everything, and I keep it family friendly and entertaining. So you can always go through my playlist and see the additional stuff that I film. But primarily, my main focus right now is abandoned stuff. But it's never going to be strictly abandoned because it's just going to be too much pressure and too hard to keep that coming out on a regular basis. I have to mix things in from time to time to keep my videos coming out on a regular basis. Otherwise, there'll be large gaps because As you know, it takes time to plan these things, not only with Mike but myself. You know, it takes money to travel. We have to take time to research the things, so it's not a quick turnaround to film an abandoned place and produce it and put it out for you guys to see it. Well, thank you, Tracy. I'm glad you love all the videos. Crappier music going on. Yeah, their choice of music is quite weird. Oh, thank you, Adam. I mean, definitely me and you think alike as far as the abandoned and historical places, but I do appreciate you watching everything else. Drone shots, yeah, they definitely add to the video and give it that little extra kick to make it interesting. I wouldn't say I'm a natural, but the one thing I have a hard time with, and you probably see it in my outtakes, is talking to the camera, what I'm doing right now. As you notice, from time to time, I do fumble with my words, so I'm definitely not a natural. There are people that are much more comfortable on camera, but I continually push myself to become more comfortable and be a better, not only speaker, but I guess you could say YouTuber, filmmaker. So it is a work in progress. I'm by no means a professional or a natural, but I do try and improve. But mistakes do happen. I am human. The funny thing is, and I've said this I think before, when I watch other people's videos and they, mistakenly don't know what something is, I'm quick to say, I know what that is. That there's a name for that, or there's a title for that. But when I'm in front of the camera, though, especially at abandoned places, I draw a blank. I don't know why. I don't know if it's stage fright, camera fright, or what it is, but I'm fairly knowledgeable when it comes to items that I come upon. Excuse me, but for whatever reason, when the camera's rolling, I just draw a blank, and it probably makes me sound stupid, and I can't really help it, but I wish I could fix that part, but I just, for whatever reason, just draw a blank sometimes, and have to sit there and think, okay, what the hell is this? I know what it is, but I can't think of it. Hello, Jen H. There's something making noise behind me, some kind of animal. It's kind of a weird noise. It's like a mating call or something. Knoebels won my heart the first time I went there, and the bathroom says ladies and gents. That's old school. Yeah, Knoebels, I can never say enough good things about that place. Can't wait to go there for Halloween time, too. I have, every year I go, well, the last 2 years I went, I dressed as David Pumpkins in the pumpkin suit, but planning on getting a new costume for this year, and kind of deciding between a couple of them. Watch the abandoned videos in the dark. Well, that's not a bad idea. Electrical Dynamo. This is the king of drones. Barb, if you're still watching, the gentleman on here, his channel name is Electrical Dynamo. He lives out in Tennessee, and his channel primarily focuses on filming sunsets and some amazing footage with drones. So if you do like my drone footage, check out his channel. He does some amazing videos with his drones, and he's got probably one of the most beautiful sunsets you would ever see. And those Tennessee mountains, the Smoky Mountains, really give it a really great backdrop. Now, I did do a abandoned suicide forest. Yeah, it does make me real, but at the same time, there are people that are quick to point out my flaws. And the funny thing is, I don't see those people making videos themselves, but they're quick to point out when I make a mistake. No, I'm glad you're on my favorite channel. It means a lot to me. There's a lot of people out there that make videos, a lot of competition, and I'm not trying to compete with anyone. There's people that have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subscribers, and believe it or not, just over 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I reached my first 1,000 subscribers, and now I'm over 35,000, so I guess I'm doing something right, because not only do you guys keep returning, but I keep getting new viewers and subscribers, so I do appreciate the support more than you could ever know. Jack, yeah, I feel your pain. My older videos, up until a couple years ago, I barely spoke at all. You hardly ever saw me in front of the camera, and if I did, it was a quick little segment. I finally started talking behind the camera, explaining things on certain locations, but primarily I'd either add music to it or just have it be silent. And to me, watching some of these explorers, they don't do any talking at all, makes the video pretty boring. Even though I'm stating the obvious in these videos, like, oh, that's a pretty cool stove, at least you're hearing what I'm thinking, you know? So I think that adds to the realness of it and keeps you entertained to see what my thoughts are. And the thing I love more than anything else is hearing from you guys as well. I always encourage you guys to comment, with your thoughts or questions, whether it's good or bad. Getting that feedback and being able to communicate with you guys really helps engage us and keep us as like almost like a family to experience what we just watched together. Joe Derek, well, thank you for that. If you're new to my channel, I encourage you to just go through my older videos and my playlist and see if there's anything there that interests you. Jen H, yes, thank you. The thing is, let me read this comment really quick. Adam, yeah, that'd be a good idea to hear from some of the residents. That's one thing I've never been able to do. Feel good videos with Knobles, yeah. The Knobles always puts me in a good mood, and everyone else. Yeah, that'd be a good idea too, Adam, to film where Todd fell through that hole, especially if you pinpoint the location. Oh, Tracy, I do try to forget what other people say, the negative comments, and that's something I was going to get to. Every so often, let me start over. The one thing I've noticed is getting larger on YouTube brings out obviously more people that watch my videos. 90% of them I'd say are good people like yourselves. You're supportive, and if you have any criticism, it's constructive. But I do get what is called trolls that comment, that message me, that leave unfavorable, feedback, so to speak. As you guys know, my most popular abandoned video is the steeple house, or the cupola, the one with the mattress at the top of the stairwell. It's over 1 million views right now, several thousand comments, probably the most ever. And at least once a day, I get someone that comments saying that I either staged that location, which means that I set everything up to make it look like it was abandoned even though it's not, or that I broke and entered into someone's house, or that someone's going to come there and shoot me and kill me. Some kind of crazy things that people say. And if you watch my videos from day one, I don't do clickbait. I don't try and mislead you into believing the video is going to be anything other than what it is. I also don't do staging. I don't do any kind of setups. What you see in the camera is how I see it in my own eyes. Nothing is really adjusted as far as filming wise. Maybe to move something out of the way so I can access something, but I never pre-stage anything. It's raw, real video that I show you guys. As far as breaking and entering, I never break and enter. Obviously what I'm doing can be considered illegal. It can be considered trespassing, but there are certain rules that can be bent. Primarily if it's not posted and it's not locked up, it's kind of more or less, lenient that they're not going to give you a hard time. I have been approached by police before. I have encountered police at locations that aren't posted and that are clearly wide open, and they see that I have camera equipment with me and that I'm not a teenager. They let me go. They say, okay, as long as you're not doing anything destructive, People that go there and vandalize and steal and destroy things, they're the ones that give people like myself a bad name. I'm a 37-year-old man. I'm a family man. I have a daughter. I'm not looking to go to jail, obviously. Obviously, what I'm doing is frowned upon by certain people, but I never do anything that's disrespectful. Everything I do is not only for entertainment, but for preserving history. And that one video alone with Steeple House generates so many negative comments, it's unbelievable. And I try my best to delete them. I do monitor my comments and I try to respond to everyone. But that channel, I'm sorry, that video has generated the most negative comments probably in any video on my channel. Probably the only one that's close to that is the Barbie versus firework one, where a bunch of people assumed I'm a woman hater because I blew up a Barbie doll. But anyways, what I'm trying to get my point to is that I don't do anything that's really hurting anyone or harming anyone. If I go into an abandoned house, even if I get in trouble or if I get hurt, it doesn't affect you guys. What I do is for the viewers and for myself. It's entertainment. And there's much far worse things on social media that people should be concerned with. Not only on YouTube, but Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. There's bullying, there's killings, there's vandalism, there's pedophiles, just all kinds of things that are really bad in this world. And what I'm doing doesn't affect you one way or the other. So if you don't like what I do, simply don't watch. If there's something I watch that I don't like, I may give it a thumbs down, but I don't leave a negative comment. If anything, I'll just click the X and move on to another video. So, as much as I love you guys and your support, I do encounter a lot of negative feedback. And sometimes it comes down to even blocking people because they don't let up. I try and sometimes justify my actions and defend myself, and it's kind of pointless because these people are just trolls that don't want to hear it. They're going to say, well, you're just trying to deflect the question or deflect that you're trespassing and breaking and entering and you're probably stealing everything off camera. It's not the case. You can think what you want, but at the end of the day, my videos are honest and genuine, and I film these things with nothing but respect. So, excuse me, I want to get that out there and clear some things up because it's just kind of unnecessary, what I do in these videos doesn't affect your day, good or bad. Some people even say, oh, it angers me. You're going through someone's personal possessions. If they're someone's personal possessions, well, don't you think they'd be taking care of them? I even hear too, oh, well, how do you know they just weren't home, or that's someone's home, and maybe they're going to return. Well, don't you think they'd have the power turned on still? Don't you think the front door would be locked up? Don't you think that things wouldn't be ransacked and graffitied or, pipes stolen? Common sense here. I'm not going to go into a house that's active, that someone's living in. If I can't openly walk in without just turning the handle, I don't go in. If it's heavily posted, as you saw with the Homo Whack Lodge in Catskills, New York, it was fenced off. It was heavily posted. I didn't go in. I made drone footage of it, which is perfectly legal, but I'm not going to do something and risk my life just to get a video. I do have common sense. So I ranted long enough. Sorry about that. There is something I do want to talk about, though. I want to go through your comments, so just give me a moment here. Sorry about that rant, but I had to get it out. There's a lot of comments I missed here. Jeez. Sorry about that. I just wanted to get that all out. I do feel better, though, saying that. I'll tell you that. Let's see. Okay, Mark's comment looks like makes you feel like you're having a conversation with the viewer. Well, that's what I have intentions to do is, every so often I turn the camera on myself and tell you what I'm thinking, what my plans are. So I try and make you feel like you're there with me. And I'm not sure I would do a sleepover in a place called Suicide Forest. There'd have to be some incentive for doing that. Lady Vamp takes you back to the old days. Well, I'm glad I'm able to do that. Everything I film is part of history, literally takes you back to the old days, especially the old items that get left behind. I love finding stuff that you don't see today. Even that one, it was that abandoned service station that had the camper on it. That camper, I think, was like from the 60s or 70s. It had that really nice colored blue appliances in there, the fridge and the stove. stuff like that. I mean, even though it's so kind of minuscule, it's just appliances in a camper, pull behind camper. It really just draws me in because you don't really see appliances like that today unless they're custom made. You can't really go to Lowe's or Walmart or Home Depot and pick up a blue stove or blue refrigerator. But it's just something that people use to obviously live their life off of. So I try to imagine how people used to be when they were in those locations. Try to think what they did with their daily routines, what they may have used certain items for, and it definitely helps make it more interesting. Ignore the trolls. Well, I try to. Thank you, Electrical Dynamo. I know you and your wife love Halloween stuff, so more of that will be coming out. I'm not opposed to doing an overnight location. I don't know what it would be. Another YouTuber I watch, his name is Exploring Unknown. I think that's his channel. He's friends with Carpetbagger, but he does a lot of overnight haunted things, and he seems like a really cool dude. We've actually spoken before about maybe collaborating in the future, but I wouldn't mind doing something overnight. I just have to figure out the right location. Okay, Adam. Yeah, you got the book on that. So yeah, if I come with you, I definitely would like to see that location. It would be so simple if they didn't watch, but fortunately it doesn't work like that. Flat earthers, morons just block them. I usually end up blocking them. Carpetbaggers live too. Oh man, that's some competition right there. Yeah, some of the graffiti in these locations is mind blowing. I don't know if people do it professionally or as a hobby, but a lot of the places I've seen are like really, really amazing work. Yeah, Adam, I have to agree with you. The funny thing is, I've said before, people that leave negative comments, 99% of them don't have videos. I'm not able to go on their channel and criticize their videos because they don't have any. So they're either jealous or whatever the case is, but they feel the need to bring people down to their level, and it's just kind of childish. Well, now you have to blow up a Ken doll. Yeah, I may just have to do that. Somebody said to blow up a watermelon, but then all the vegetarians would be mad at me. Sorry for the focusing in and out. I'm trying to scroll through the comments here without making it do that. Yeah, honestly, for my age, I'm probably one of the more older people on YouTube doing abandoned places. I know it's a lot of kids that do it, and I think that's what sets me apart because some of the videos I watch, they not only pan the camera too quickly, which makes you almost like motion sickness, but they curse a lot. They don't do the research and history. They're like, "Oh man, look at that! That crap's really cool." Like it's just kind of, it's not an enjoyable video. So I try and make myself stand apart from the other people. And I do have inspiration from people like Carpetbagger and Adam the Woo. I have respect for what they do. They've been doing it a long time, and I just try to do my own thing and keep it original and entertaining at the same time. Well, Barbara, my intent is not to get hurt, so hopefully that doesn't happen. I do try and do things as safely as possible. Tracy, thank you for having my back. That means a lot. Everyone that has my back, your support does mean a lot. And there was times where I did contemplate quitting YouTube. I think it was March, yeah, March of this year. I'll try and make this quick. We had our first meetup at Centralia, Pennsylvania, and I advertised that meetup on numerous forums and websites, Facebook especially. And within the first day of mentioning that, someone actually took the initiative to contact the police to report that we're having a meetup and that we're going to do destructive things in Centralia. Basically, that we had bad intentions. Thankfully, one of my viewers worked for the police department and notified me that call was made. It set me off. I immediately became irate, and I said, you know what? this isn't worth it anymore. I'm trying to do something good for the people, and I'm getting people that are trying to get me in trouble. It's not worth it. And I came really close to quitting YouTube. And honestly, it was support from every one of you that kept me going. Everyone let me know how much they'd be upset if I left. And it's not right to let one individual affect everyone else. So there are certain things that did happen, that do affect me. But from now on, I try to keep my head high, brush it off, and just continue doing what I do. Making it feel old. Betty, well, thank you for liking everything you've seen so far. Electrical Dynamo, yeah, I know you've been with me for a long time. I really appreciate your support, and I consider you a friend. Even though we never met, there are many of you that I do talk to almost on a daily, if not weekly basis. Then it means a lot that you guys have been with me for a long time. Whether you're new or old, just for the fact that you took the initiative to subscribe and even join me tonight on my live stream, does mean a lot. There's times where I used to do a live stream, I used to get maybe 5, 10, 12 people at the most, and we've been averaging in the 30s tonight, so I'm really happy about that. Yeah, Gen H, that was the Browns Resort, and that was the one that caught fire in 2012. And a lot of people ask me how come all that furniture is left behind. Well, you have to understand that that resort catered primarily to seniors, people that were retired. They wanted a place to go where they didn't have to maintain their lawn, and something that was easy and small to take care of. Those upper floors were fully furnished, most of them. Well, what happens when a fire comes in, burns down the power lines and everything else. Without working elevators, that stuff is nearly impossible to get out. It's not going to fit down the stairwells. People aren't able to carry that stuff down the stairwells. So seeing that stuff left behind was it was sad. A lot of family items were left behind, children's toys, photos. It was definitely a bad situation. Joyce, that is very true. I definitely come to learn that I can't please everyone, and I never will. Although I try my best to please everyone, I know it's not going to happen realistically. That's why I always ask, if you don't like something I put out, don't get upset with me. Just wait till I put out something that you do like. I can understand if I do what I do and all of a sudden I started doing like gaming videos or food reviews. I'd be upset too because you're not seeing what you subscribe to my channel for. So let's see. I want to see, but I'd be scared. Scared of what? I'm not really sure what you're talking about there. I hear a lot of crickets. Yeah, crickets are out tonight. I also have a little water fountain going. You might hear that as well. But the crickets are full force tonight. No mosquitoes though, thankfully. They could definitely wouldn't mind having some bodyguards. And that's one thing I wouldn't discourage. I'm not going to ask you guys to get involved in, I guess you could say, defending me against a troll. I either defend myself or I remove the comment. But if you ever do see someone comment something that is not accurate, saying that I staged it, or that I broke in, or that it's clickbait, by all means, if you want to defend me, I'm not going to stop you. You know my style, my videos. I'm really honest and genuine. So if there's a comment I miss and you see something that you don't agree with, I'm not asking you to go to battle for me, but I'm not going to stop you from leaving your own comments as well. So just putting that out there. I will keep you updated if I do a sleepover. If I do, it probably won't be till springtime. I do watch other channels. Not a whole lot of abandoned channels, just because it's really hard to watch and see what they do and know it's not really the right thing. I'm not going to call out any channels here, but there are some that I know people that watch. They go to these locations. One guy always wears sunglasses in his videos. Could be pitch black. He's wearing sunglasses in the video in an abandoned place. They very rarely ever research the locations properly. They either guesstimate it, or they assume, or they get false information. One example is I filmed the Abandoned Days in Danville, Pennsylvania. It had that big courtyard inside of it with the pool and everything. Did the drone footage. I provided full back history, when the place opened, what happened during it, when it closed, why it closed. And this channel went there and filmed it after me and said it's an abandoned hotel from the 80s. It's not from the 80s. It closed in the early 2000s. Opened well before the 80s. And it's frustrating to watch other channels when they don't do it properly. People I do watch, though, I do watch Dan Bell. Fortunately, he doesn't do much abandoned stuff now, but he still does have great content. He does some live streams from now and then, but he does the dirty rooms. He goes to the motels, and they kind of rip it apart to see how dirty they are. So those are entertaining. I do watch Adam the Woo, Carpetbagger. I watch my friend Electrical Dynamo. Who else? There's other smaller channels I watch too. I try and support other channels as well. If I watch a video because they commented to my on my video, I'll watch one of theirs and at least give it a thumbs up. I'll leave a positive comment, just so they know that I did take the time to reciprocate that support. Sorry, Carpetbagger JPVideos is on. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't quit YouTube either. I probably would have definitely regretted it. Thank you, Hope, for giving me your support. Too many idiots, yeah. Too many YouTube people not doing live streams because of idiots. Yeah, that is true as well. Wonderland Park, Amarillo, Texas. No, I haven't been down there at all. I will give you guys a sneak peek of something though. Probably around April of next year, 2019, I'm going to be doing the Route 66 road trip from Chicago to California, and that's going to be quite an adventure. That's going to be probably content coming out on a daily basis. Jay Drone has done that, Carpetbagger, Adam the Woo, others have done it, and there's just so many amazing things to see. There's tons of abandoned places, old rest stops, roadside attractions, but even the places that are open, it's just really interesting to see. It's stuff you wouldn't see unless you take that trip. So that is something I'm going to be doing in the springtime, and really looking forward to that. Oh, Lady Vamp, I appreciate you giving me a thumbs up on my videos. I got frogs howling in here. Uh-oh, I think somebody called the cops on me. Joe, Derek, you're probably right about that. They are the ones that are doing the bad stuff. And even like, you typically know I don't share the locations unless it's something that's publicly well known. I get a lot of flack on that too, saying, oh, I'm not sharing the locations because I'm stealing everything for myself. No, it's not the case. I don't want to have people going there and doing all the wrong things that shouldn't be done. I get people that message me saying, oh, I'm a photographer, I'm an explorer, I just want to check it out, I won't do anything bad. I've heard it before. I'm not going to fall for that. Well, Bo Davies, I'd like to think I'm a nice guy as well. If you show me some respect, I'll show it as well back to you. Does a thumbs up help YouTubers? Thumbs up does help YouTubers because the more thumbs up a video gets, the more it gets suggested from YouTube algorithm. If a video, for example, if I upload a video tomorrow, if it gets, a couple hundred views, even 1,000 views, and a couple hundred thumbs ups, that video is going to get pushed because it's going to seem like something is very popular with that video. So I always ask for thumbs up because it helps keep my video going. If I didn't get thumbs ups, like my older videos that rarely got thumbs ups, the only way you know about it is if you were subscribed to my channel. but a lot of my videos get suggested to you guys. That's how you find me, and that's because of the thumbs up. So they do mean something. Let me just catch up. Fan base is strong. We love JPVideos. Mark Cooper, yes, that Adam could confirm that Elvira meetup was a huge success. We had our largest crowd ever. People I'd never met before. People from Ohio. That was kind of humbling in my experience because, I have the regular people I talk to, but these are people that either don't even know who we are. They found the posting or the video, or they're friends of other friends, and they want to come out and join us. And it was really an awesome experience. Don't want to mess with the JP fans. Oh, I hope not. Exploring with Josh, yeah. I do like some of his videos. Some of them I do think are a bit clickbait. He does a lot of thumbnails, with like the red circle, the arrow saying body found or encountered something weird, and then they never find it. I do admit he gets to a lot of awesome locations, but some of his videos have a tendency, though, to kind of draw you in and leave you disappointed. The other people I do love watching, too, they're called the Proper People. I initially discovered them when Adam DeWoo did the Glass House with them, and they have an awesome channel. I think they're currently in Germany right now, but they have filmed some locations that I have filmed. They've been in Pennsylvania. They go to some really awesome places, too. I love watching their videos. Really, it's not over-the-top dramatic, it's just really professionally done, and I really like their work. Now, when are you going to do it live? Tracy, I'm going to do a combination of live streams and edited videos. Not going to be able to do live every time because I'll be driving a lot. But for edited videos, I'll be showing highlights of my day. I'm going to do a lot of drone footage, of some of the landmarks and stuff like that. So it will be lots of live streams when I'm able to do it, and lots of edited videos. It'll probably be daily uploads. There's Journey with Jay. If you guys aren't familiar with him, he's another explorer. We have a common bond of abandoned places, and he was at our Elvira meetup. And he has a couple cool videos on his channel too, so if you like abandoned stuff, head over there and check out his channel as well. Hey Jay, Electrical Dynamo. Bodyguard, Tracy on the way. Oh, okay, hey Jay, never mind. Wonderland Park is open summer, but I'd like more info on it. It's something I could probably look into. I don't have any information on it right now. Yeah, Route 66 is something I've always wanted to do. I never thought it would actually happen. But now that I'm actually doing work where I could create my own hours, I basically work for myself now. That opened up a whole avenue of opportunity. So that's why I'm able to put out as many videos as I do now. I'm able to travel more now just because I've made changes in my life for the positive. And gotta say, I couldn't be happier. I think my videos have improved with the content. I have more time to really hunker down and edit it, properly. I don't rush out the videos like I used to. So hopefully you guys, like I said, are enjoying what I do share with you guys, whether it's abandoned or not. I do try and make it family friendly, entertaining, and interesting. And that's my goal for each and every video. Barbara, yeah, I don't know how you found me either, but I gotta say, I'm definitely glad you're a subscriber of mine. I think you've probably commented on my videos more than anyone else ever has. I think you've gone through hundreds of videos of mine, which is kind of humbling to hear that you took the time to do that. And it definitely doesn't go unnoticed. Supper time. Lady Vamp, well, thank you for that. Enjoy your supper, and I'll do my best to keep the trolls at bay and only engage with people like yourselves. Wandering Woodsman, yes, if you haven't noticed, I actually did a few videos with him. We've done the Glenburn Mine together 2 different times. You can find the videos on my channel as well as his. and he was at the Elvira meetup last weekend. We got to hang out there, and we do have some other locations we discussed that we'll be filming probably next month. I know there's at least 2 abandoned mines that we're gonna explore together. I actually saw he posted on Facebook he's got a mining helmet now, and I got myself a new headlamp I'm actually doing a review on, but it's super bright and it's going to make for a great addition to those explorations. So, big fan of Wandering Woodsman. His name is Cliff. I consider him a friend of mine. He's a great guy. A little quiet at first, but some people are like that, and he's definitely warmed up, and we've had some great times exploring together. Good day for decay. There you are, Mike. Anyone that is watching or tunes in down the road, Good Day for Decay is Mike. He's the one who joins me on my abandoned adventures. And Mike, if you are joining in now, I did mention your channel earlier. I told people to go over and check you out, but that's his channel. Head over there, subscribe, and you can watch his slideshows of our locations. He has 2 videos from the Catskills, and he has more from past adventures and future adventures that will be filming together. Savage Batman, hello. No, nothing wrong with being a chatterbox. I mean, this is the place for it. I know there's a lot of people that watch my videos and never comment, so I never know who they are. But I love to hear back. I love when you guys, leave some feedback. Jen H, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and hope to talk to you again soon. Probably all I hear is crickets right now. If anyone here on the East Coast, or Mike, if you could, you give me a time check right now? I want to say it's probably around 9:45, I want to say. Okay, thank you. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. There is something I did want to share with you guys. I got off track multiple times, so I do apologize for that. It's something I'm not huge on plugging, but I do want to give you some insight about it. As you know, I do have multiple ways that I earn income for my channel. Primarily, it's the AdSense. When they put commercials or ads on my videos, I do earn revenue from that. I do have a t-shirt shop, Spreadshirt, where I have some custom one-of-a-kind t-shirts, with my logo on it and stuff like that. But one avenue that some of you may not be aware that I have is called Patreon. And that's an account where people could leave donations to help with funding for my channel, primarily travel expenses. I mentioned earlier that it takes time, effort, and money to travel and do these videos. And obviously, it takes money to make money. So I do have people that have donated in the past, which I'm very thankful for. But I am making it a little more engaging now. Basically, give you more of an incentive. And what that is if you become a patron and donate as little as $2, you will actually get exclusive looks, sneak peeks, and be the first to know about upcoming projects and things I'm working on. Primarily, I usually share some teaser photos on my community tab on my channel and on Facebook, but going forth, I'm going to kind of stay away from that and share them specifically on my Patreon account. So if you ever want to find out what I'm working on next, usually when I go to a location, I film photographs. I'll put some photographs on there from the same day showing you what we encounter that day. I'll also let you know what I'm working on and what my next video will be coming out before anyone else knows that. So if you're interested in joining, all you have to do is donate $2 or any amount you want, but minimum is $2. and you'll get access to exclusive posts for becoming a patron member. If you want to do that, you can find the link down below in my description. It's right under my t-shirt shop, and hopefully that'll make you want to be a little more eager to find out what I'm working on next. So just want to pass that along. I will mention it again in a future video, but $2 donation, you'll know before anyone else what I'm working on, where I've been, and what video is coming out next. So thanks for hearing my little spiel on that, but that's something I just came up with myself a couple days ago, and hopefully it'll help provide some travel money to get to the other states that you guys recommend: West Virginia, Texas, going across the country. So let's see here. Fallen Angel, yeah, you're exactly correct. YouTube has put a hurting on a lot of YouTubers, and I feel their pain. There's videos I put out that used to do amazing, and then they changed their algorithm, and sometimes I struggle to even reach 1,000 views. So, excuse me. I'm obviously not asking for you guys to support me financially. I'm just asking for some help for traveling to make more videos. And if you're able to donate, obviously I'd greatly appreciate it. If you can't, just, stay subscribed to me and support me with thumbs ups and sharing my videos, and that's just as fine. All right, Jack, have a good night. Come to Maine. I'm not really sure what there is in Maine to see, so maybe if you could be my tour guide, maybe I'll come visit. And Tracy, well, thank you. If you are able to do that, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've only done a handful of live streams on Facebook, and I think I did one from Ocean City a few weeks ago. I think I only had like one view. It was kind of disappointing. So whatever they're doing, and like the funny thing is, YouTube's actually encouraging content creators like myself to do more live streams. They actually have made changes on the YouTube website to live stream directly through their website, and they've made additions to the phone here where you can actually watch the replays back after the video post. But then they take away your viewership, so it's kind of frustrating. Hello, Tamelia, if I pronounced that correct. Just having like an open chat tonight. You're welcome to comment about anything that you'd like. Yeah, that's exactly right, Adam. One thing I noticed too when I upload my videos, I get asked now, is there any kids under the age of 13 in the video? And if there is, it would put like an age restriction if I don't have their permission. It's getting kind of ridiculous. And I mean, obviously it's happening for a reason, because of some people that made some bad videos that weren't supposed to be made and published, but they're taking out on everybody. All right, Tracy, looking forward to that. Like I said, if you once you do donate, you will see some posts that are only able to be viewed once you're a Patreon member. So be on the lookout for those, and I'll start sharing some stuff on a regular basis to give you a sneak peek at my future adventures. Paranormal Travelers. Well, your name definitely caught my attention because I do have an interest in paranormal, and I do thank you for watching. I'll definitely check out your channel. Stephen King lives in Maine. I didn't know that. Scranton Lace Factory video coming out tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I know that was another location that you really enjoyed photographing. Yeah, I have one more dark ride video coming out tomorrow from Rehoboth Beach. And after that, we'll be getting back to the abandoned videos with some Um, two product reviews mixed in, so some good stuff coming out. Let me see here. Norm, if I need help with what? Ears are blocked up. Not much of a reader, but I do love his movie It with Pennywise. A moth. Yeah, adventure videos that tell a story are some of my favorites. Like Wandering Woodsman is great at telling a story. You know, he starts off his videos, you know, with his truck, and he explains where he's at, explains what he's going to do, and then takes us along the way. And I think me and him kind of follow the same premise with our videos, so definitely keeps you engaged and makes it more interesting. Barbara, don't have a P.O. box. I may get one down the road. If I do, I'll let you know. Oh, sorry about that. My ears bother me. Mike, don't work too hard, but looking forward to your video. And Journey with Jay, I know I saw you filming Elvira when we were leaving. Do you have a video from there coming out? Because I want to link it to my channel if you do. Track Rock Gap in Northeast Georgia. That sounds pretty intriguing. 52 acres. Excuse me. Yeah, the rain did suck, but still a good time though. I know Jenny and Brett are looking to have another meetup. They said something about maybe a Halloween get together, which sounds pretty cool. Excuse me. I didn't do any videos about Lizzie Border. I think Wandering Woodsman did that. Anything else on your guys' mind tonight before I wrap this up? Well, one place that we've been discussing, Jay, I spoke with Jay Drone and Wandering Woodsman, is JW Cooper in Shenandoah. I think they're going to reach out to him and see if he's open to having us there sometime in the fall. Thanks. Yeah, it's just them Christmas lights I got on sale after Christmas last year. It's just some LED lights, and they're going down the fenceway like that. Tomorrow is going to be one more dark ride, similar to today's video, the dark ride haunted house, which was a let down. Tomorrow's will be much more enjoyable, so that'll be out around probably 9 o'clock tomorrow. There we go, my ear popped. Adam, we'll do, right now, just early guessing, probably around, I don't want to say Halloween time, but probably November, I'd say. Digging the lights, yeah. Makes for a nice ambiance out here. Just enough light, but it's not too bright to bring the mosquitoes in. Paranormal Travelers, alright, have a good night, and I'll be checking out your videos either tonight or tomorrow. Alright, give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. I'm in Pennsylvania. Does anybody, forgot to ask too, if anybody having any issues with the hurricane coming in with family or anything like that? Yeah, Concrete City's not a bad alternative. Um, Parking is a problem, but the other thing too, though, is depending on how cold it is, it's going to be outside. It's not really too insulated in those buildings, but definitely could be considered as a plan B. Yeah, they're saying here 9 a.m. Okay, I guess it'll be breakfast with Jay then. All right, Barbara. Make sure you have some bacon. Um, they're saying that the weather reports are saying that if it tracks towards us, that we may get like 2 to 4 inches in Pennsylvania, which is a lot for us because we've had an enormous amount of rain over the last couple months with flooding in many areas. So hoping we don't get that because it's really going to cause some problems. Not for me, I'm in a good area, but it will really disrupt people's lives in other parts of the area. Yeah, Knobles as well. I forgot about that. They definitely don't want to be hit for Hollow Fun coming up next month. I really would damper things. Joe Siafi's channel. Okay. 2 to 4 inches here. That's not too bad. I know they said some places are getting like 30 inches of rain. That's just incredible to imagine. Yeah, Bloomsburg Fair. We're going on. I think the 25th. It's a Tuesday. We're gonna be there then. Area 51. Not at this time. Um, there's probably hundreds of videos about Area 51 on YouTube. So I don't know really what I could do to kind of make my own without showing what everyone else is showing. But definitely piques my interest, but I don't know if I ever get there. On my Route 66 trip, I'll be going through Vegas, and one of the places I definitely want to show is Fremont Street. And if you're not familiar with it, look it up. There's some really entertaining videos. They basically put the whole street and put a canopy over it with millions of LED lights, and has all kind of patterns and light shows. But on that strip, there's probably at any given time, especially on weekends, 50 street performers, and a lot of them are just people in some really either provocative costumes or superhero costumes, stuff like that, doing photographs. There's people that do the spray paint art, magicians, all kinds of stuff. It's kind of like a mecca of street performers, and that's something I'm looking forward to. I love watching videos from there. Really, something that you won't see anyplace else in America. Well, here's a question I'll ask you if you're able to answer. As I mentioned, I'm going to Knobles for Hollow Fun events, Hollow Fun nights. And it's basically the theme park done up for Halloween. And every year I go, I film a video or a live stream. I dress up in costume. For this year, would you guys prefer to see a live stream of me walking around the park, or would you rather me film like some highlights and edit the video? Let me know what you guys would prefer. I'm probably going to put a poll on YouTube closer to that date to see what everyone thinks, but curious to find out what you guys think. crazy early on a Sunday morning. That stinks. Well, hopefully you get some good rest. Both. Actually, I considered both, but I thought maybe that'd be overdoing it. But if enough people show interest in it, then maybe I'll do both. But I'm kind of leaning toward the live stream. But I'll have to see what the majority says when we get closer. Good night, Joyce. Thanks for joining me tonight. It's funny, we got 31 people watching and only about maybe 9 or 10 people talking, so wondering what everyone else is doing. I know I lost a few when Carpetbagger came on. I didn't know he was going to be live streaming tonight. Well, with the live stream, the good thing is that it replays as a um, regular video once I'm done, streaming it. So they could always rewatch it, as a posted video. Yeah, I know some people can't watch when I do live, but you're always able to watch it later on. I don't delete the live stream, so. Drone Man Productions. Are you still down in Ocean City or are you back home? Yeah, I noticed that too. He's been live streaming like multiple times a day. Oh, glad you have me on in the background. That's okay. Reading and listening. Working on a family tree, like always, multitasking. Another video I have coming up too, if you guys remembered, I went to the Seven Tubs nature area. That's those little tubs and waterfalls that were formed by glaciers. Well, I'm going to be returning there maybe this week um, to do another video there, walking through some tunnels. There's 3 tunnels I found there. One of them is a railroad tunnel, and the other 2 were made specifically for the water. Excuse me, I'm going to bring my phone, which is waterproof, my headlamp, and my water shoes, and walk through those tunnels and get some footage of it. So that will be coming out too. Let's see. You're the first I got it to chat with out of everyone I watched. Not sure what that means. I'm the first one that it got to chat with. You mean I'm the first live streamer you got to chat with? Home, there was a disaster down in Ocean City, Maryland. It rained all the time. Yeah, I watched your video of you crashing your Phantom 4. That was kind of gut-wrenching to watch. But as you mentioned, a good thing for that insurance. Sorry to hear you had bad weather. I was there for 2 weeks. First week we were there, it rained almost every day. Not non-stop, but off and on. And the second week, of course, the week we were going home, it was really hot and dry and sunny. So at least we had some good weather. Oh, well, I'm glad I was able to be your first live streamer to chat with. I don't do these too often. I do them maybe once or twice a month, but I do love doing them, though, because of what we're doing now, having a discussion together. Crash my Phantom 4 Pro. But yeah, I watched that video. I also watched your old-fashioned video. I lost count after about 20 times. If you guys are curious, this gentleman here at Drone Man Productions, we soar above the rest. He's another native Pennsylvanian who does some drone footage and some vlogs. So head on over there, check out his channel. He's got a video he put out, I think yesterday or the day before, where he crashed his drone on the Ocean City, Maryland boardwalk. So if you want to see something kind of entertaining, go watch that video. And while you're there, let him know I sent you over there. I think he had more than a few. Good night, Joe Derek. Yeah, that's not too bad of an idea, Adam. Jenny and Brett, they were there at the meetup. On their video, they posted their Elvira meetup video, and they were saying about maybe doing some kind of Halloween get together, like a Halloween party, which isn't a bad idea. I don't know, where or when it would take place, but I'm not against something like that. If we all got together and just had a good time hanging out, dressed up in costume, that sounds like a pretty cool idea. So if someone could maybe get that ball rolling on that, I'd be all for it. I lost count on the old fashioned thing. I heard the dinging in my sleep because it was dinging so many times. Let me see that. Electrical Dynamo, have a good night, man. Yeah, well, I got the party lights already, Jay, so all we need is some music and some costumes. I think the lights are shining off my head. Yeah, that's actually the people I'm talking about, Jenny and Brett. Um, Brett was I think, I don't know if they're married, but he was the guy that walked in, and I think I scared him more than the little kid. It was pretty funny. I actually have their video linked down below in the description of that video, so you can watch their video and you can actually see him get kind of spooked in the video. It's kind of funny. It gave me a good laugh, but he was a good sport about it. So I didn't know he was gonna be walking in. I said, I'm gonna scare someone who walks in, and it just so happened to be him. But it was a funny moment. You guys enjoying like a live stream like this, like a Saturday night, just having a kind of open chat? It's kind of my first time ever doing it like this. Usually I have an agenda or something I'm showing you, but if you guys enjoy these, I could do these, on a semi-regular basis. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was gonna get scared because like his flash was showing towards me, but when I watched his video, he's like, "Whoa, holy crap!" So I got him pretty good. Let me see here. Well, the one thing you probably could have done there, Drone Man, was I watched one of your other videos where you met some lady that was kind of flirting with you. It would have been funny to see you do that down there. Not funny, but entertaining at least. You love live streams because you're a single parent, don't have anything to do on a Saturday night. Well, I don't do anything either. I don't go out and do anything. I'm usually probably laying down in bed by now. It's pretty sad, but that's my life now. Well, I'm glad you love the live stream. So I'll try and do this on maybe I'd say maybe once or twice a month. Probably once it's colder, I'll have to do it inside. But well, Tracy, I think I could accommodate you. Next time I do it, I will have a fire going. I do have a fire pit that I built into the ground. So next live stream on a Saturday night, we'll have a fire. Hey, Mike's wife. I don't know what costume I'm going with. I do have, if you guys ever watched Saturday Night Live, Tom Hanks had a segment. It's called David Pumpkins. You can search it on YouTube. He basically wears like this orange pumpkin suit. I've worn that the last 2 years. It draws lots of attention. It's really flashy. And I don't want to wear it 3 years in a row. So Jill and I are looking at maybe a costume to wear together. like the one example, like a Bob Ross costume where I would dress as Bob Ross with the big afro, or a beard that goes over mine, the button-down shirt and jeans, and it has the palette and the brush, and she would be the canvas with her face coming through the canvas, and it'd be like a painting, a picture. So that's one idea we're going with. I don't know if we're going to go with that or not. We may do something separate, but I did see a couple cool costumes at Spirit Halloween, but the only problem is Knoebels doesn't allow you to wear masks as an adult. It's one of their rules. So you have to abide by that. So that also plays part of the factor. Player Chicken Wildwood. Oh, okay. Thank you, Christy. I'm glad you like my videos. I'm trying to see the comments here. Oh, Tracy's smiling because they still have a bonfire, so I guess that's a good sign. Yeah, Bob Ross, honestly, I could fall asleep to him any day. I mean, I love what he does. He's a super talented guy. Um, but his voice is just like so like soothing though. Like if I put him on and somewhat tired, I could barely make it through an episode. I'll just be passed out. Flo from Progressive and Jake from State Farm. That's pretty good. Yeah, I took her to the tubs for her last day off of school. It was just a last minute thing. The water was freezing. I mean, we got used to it after a little while, but it was definitely chilly. We were the only ones in the water, except for that dog that was swimming around. Girls YouTubers in a big semicircle and go live and Q&A at a meetup. Yeah, that'd be a pretty fun thing to do, Mark. Mike, who joins me, we do plan on doing not a meetup, a live stream together. We do have a couple stories we want to share with you guys from some of our explorations. We've encountered some kind of weird scenarios, so we do want to discuss that with you guys at a future time, but we want to do it together. So one of these weekend nights we'll have to arrange that and have a bit of a story time. We have a story to tell from an abandoned funeral home that we came close to filming, and also when we were in the Catskills at the Browns Resort, another almost scary situation happened. So I'm not going to spoil them right now, but it's definitely something you want to hear when it comes down to us having that live stream. It'll be entertaining. Not too much of a alcohol person. I drink maybe once a year, but if I drink anything, it's either like Angry Orchard or Bud Light Platinum. I'm not really a liquor kind of guy. It makes me sick, but if I have Angry Orchard or Bud Light Platinum, I'll have a couple of those and be perfectly content with that. Is Carpetbagger still live streaming, do you know? And Lorena, I don't know if you know, Mike was on here earlier. He popped on from work a little while ago, and I was telling everybody about his channel. But I don't know if he ever told you the stories that we encountered. I think he told you about the funeral home one, but there was the one scenario that happened up in the Catskills. All right, you guys give me a time check. I'm guessing it's around 10:30, 10:45. Oh, 10:23, not too bad. I'll wrap this up at around 10:30. Everyone who has been watching the entire time, I really do appreciate you doing that. I've been on here an hour and 45 minutes. I don't really have a time frame for these, but if you guys, are engaging and want to keep talking, I keep it going. So if you were able to stick around this entire time, thumbs up from me. I'll give you a thumbs up. Keep hearing some noises. Like there's all woods behind me, and about probably 30 yards is my yard, and then it turns into all woods. I keep hearing some stuff back there. I don't know. It's kind of freaking me out. I hope it's not a skunk or something. Well, if it's raccoons, I'm heading inside because I know they can be pretty vicious. One that worked for about yeah. I mean, live streams are definitely a good tool to have on your channel to use to engage your audience. But I also don't want to bore people to death either because there's only so many things we could talk about in a given night. And since I do them, every couple weeks, it kind of keeps it, entertaining and engaging. But usually I try and have something to show you guys. That, I take you somewhere or have something specific to show you. But tonight was just kind of a laid back, quiet night. And instead of going to bed, I want to, have a little discussion with you guys. So I enjoyed it. I hope that you guys did too. Yeah, they definitely eat my garbage. I have my garbage off to the side of my house. Last night I came out. We only had one bag of garbage in there, and I came out because I was going to work to do Uber, and it was only maybe 9 o'clock at night. Garbage cans tipped over, so I turned my light on towards them, and there was a skunk there. It's probably the biggest skunk I've ever seen. He must have weighed about 10 pounds. The thing was so fat and huge, and he saw me, he just kind of waddled away, and I was like, holy crap, he was got to be a record setter for a skunk. No problem, Joan, man. I hope some people go over there and check out your channel and your videos. Any other vacation plans coming up or travel plans? Or was Ocean City your last one? Thanks, Debbie. Okay, now I think I hear people talking. I'm either going crazy or I'm hearing stuff. I don't know. Yeah, we headed back down to Ocean City in February for gonna be filming some Christmas stuff down there. They have a Santa parade right on Coastal Highway on December 1st, and then the one park down there has this tram that you ride. It's like a inexpensive admission. Like it's like $5, I think, or maybe $10. They take you on one of the trams that you see like on the boardwalk. And they take you around this huge park, and it's all decorated to lights with music. So I plan on filming those for the holiday season. We went last year. I didn't film it, but it was really cool to check out. So we're going to return and stay down there for about, I think, 4 days. I hope it's not Bigfoot. Yeah, the broken bots are coming back for revenge for me bad-mouthing them. Yeah, heading to Florida in February. Going to be road tripping it down there and stopping in Gatlinburg on the way down. We're going to stay there for one night. So really excited about that. Read us a story. Well, I won't have to spec the batteries out. All I have to do is just turn it on about 3 times. It'll break on its own. Well, it's nice meeting you too. I'm glad you found my stream, and make sure you are subscribed and have that notification bell rung so that you not only see my future uploads, but my next live stream. Hope you have a good night. Yeah, Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. I think he was just in Pigeon Forge, I think yesterday or day before. But we're going to stop in Gatlinburg and see some of the touristy areas that they have there. I think there's a Titanic museum down there. I know they have the chairlift that takes you up there. They have the Space Needle. There's a few cool things I want to check out. I think there's a couple haunted houses too. There's Ripley's haunted house, which is I think a walkthrough one, but I think you could film it. And there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm not gonna be able to do all of it. We're only staying there for one day, but um, I'd love to return and stay there for about a week. I know Dollywood is there, and a whole ton of things to do. Go-kart tracks, amusement parks. But in February, it shouldn't be too crowded. And we looked up hotel rooms in Gatlinburg. There's some really nice places. They're like less than $100. And obviously it's off season then, but that's a great price. Let's see. Nick Reed, hey, how's it going, man? Ghost followed you home. She's right behind you. Well, I'm not going to turn around then. Exploring with Jay, how's it going? Good night, Don. Thanks for joining me tonight. And everyone that did join me and that does join me, as always, I ask, give this video a thumbs up. And the reason I ask for that is just because it tells me that obviously you like the content, that you want to see more content like this, but that also that you are at least listening and paying attention to what I'm saying. Even though it might be boring, it just is a little bit of feedback that I appreciate you guys doing, man. We're up to 63. We get to see if we can reach 70. If we can reach 70, then I'll be extremely happy. DC, yeah, I mentioned earlier in the video, I'll be headed out to a lot more places coming in the next few months, and definitely 2019 I'm going to get out a lot more. Pittsburgh, probably more parts of New York. Oh, do have one place I want to share with you. It's going to be over the winter time, but it's going to be Rochester, New York. And I discovered it, I forget how, but there is abandoned subway tunnels in Rochester, New York. It's a subway system that was used early 1900s, and I think it was last used, I want to say the 50s. I don't remember the details offhand. But there's 2 miles of underground tunnels, and I think around 7 to 9 miles of tunnels that are just kind of covered by a platform, but they're not posted. Some of them still have tracks. They go in multiple parts of the area, and it's extremely dark. I saw, oh, that's where I found it. The people that found our channel, I'm not, sorry, backtrack. The people that joined our Elvira meetup, they're called Summer Flies. They're like a family that does outings. They discovered these tunnels up in Rochester. I saw their video, then I started researching it, and I found 1 or 2 videos of it, but they're really poorly done. Like, not good lighting, all over the place with the camera. So I want to go there and really not only light it up like crazy with my lighting, but to give a good documentation of it, because an abandoned subway tunnel is always something that I wanted to film, and it's not like the ones you see in New York right now, but it's still something that you aren't normally able to go wandering around in. So really looking forward to that. Let's see. Yeah, yep. Journey of Jay, you're right. Summer flies. Well, New Mexico is a bit of a trip for me, but if I ever do head that way, we'll keep it in mind. Yeah, the waterfall looked cool too. I remember seeing that. See, keep up. Well, I've done live streams before. This is my first one. I've done probably well over a dozen live streams, but I don't do them on a regular basis. I've done them from, yeah, Proper People did a tunnel video, but it's not Rochester. I think it's Ohio, Cincinnati. My live streams I usually do from Knobles, or what else have I done live streams from? I've done a couple at home, but mostly at Knobles or somewhere that's kind of fun and engaging. But excuse me, this is my first time doing like just a regular chit chat kind of live stream, but I do enjoy it, and it seems like everyone else does. So I will try and incorporate them more in the future. I'm sure you understand as well. It's nice to hear back from your viewers and people that leave comments and feedback. It's makes it that much more enjoyable because it's not just views on your page. It's people that are actually taking the time to comment, and if they comment to me, then they at least earn or deserve a comment back from me. So I enjoy it. Israel, unless someone's going to pay for me to fly out there, probably not. Never been to Illinois, but I will be in Chicago to start our um, road. Route 66 trip. So, what my plan is over the winter is to research the route and kind of highlight some areas I want to show, to visit, to show you guys, whether it's live stream or edit a video. I'm going to obviously discover a lot of things on my own just from driving down, but I know there are some places that I do want to share with you guys, and I'm going to do my best to at least get myself like a little bit of an agenda so I can have like a game plan. And it's not really too hard uploading videos for YouTube, at least. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just getting your video edited to where you're happy with it, and then uploading it, creating the title, the description, and the thumbnail. That's the easy part. Filming and editing is the hard part. Illinois. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, researching is a key part of it. Not only tells more of the story about the location, but it helps you understand, what took place there. So, researching some people don't like to do because it's time consuming, but if it's something that really adds to the video, then I'm all for it. There's certain videos I've researched days and days to get the information I had to get. Sometimes it only takes a few hours, but researching, the funny thing is in high school, I was never into history. And ever since I became into the exploring realm, I've all about the history now. So it's funny how things change like that. Thank you, Debbie. All right, Nick, thanks for stopping by, and see you next time. Have I ever seen a ghost? Well, I have. And I have mentioned it in a previous video or two. I mean, if you guys want to hear that, I'll share it with you. But it's nothing too exciting. But to answer your question, yes, I did see a ghost. And we're at 66 thumbs ups. Can we reach 70? Anyone who didn't give a thumbs up yet? Chicago, Illinois. Okay. I'll make sure I keep the S off of it. Meow. Thank you. I honestly don't even know your name. I know you're Strowman Productions. You may have told me your name before. I don't remember it. Sorry about that. Well, we reached 70, so awesome job, guys. Thank you. Hey, what is that? Just like and share if you don't mind. Just search Jamal's Pancakes. Okay. Stacy Rees, new subscriber. Well, thanks for subscribing. I encourage you to explore my channel and check out some of my previous videos in case you haven't seen a lot of them. Joe, okay, sorry about that. I think you did tell me that before. um, as for my encounter, I think I did have two encounters, and I'm not great at storytelling, so I'm gonna forewarn you. I'm not gonna tell the best story, but I think it was my first time at Concrete City. And those of you that don't know, it's an old mining town, and it has a bunch of concrete houses that are left behind from the early 1900s. It was for the families of the mining company. Actually, a young boy drowned there in a pool when he was 4 years old. Okay, so first time I was there, I want to say it was the early 2000s, probably 10 to 12 years ago, I want to say. Maybe 12 to 13 years ago. Anyways, at that time, I didn't have a YouTube channel, but I was into paranormal hunting. I bought a bunch of equipment, and that place came up on the website as being haunted. So we went there um, with a few people, and we're at nighttime. It was kind of like a night like tonight. All I had was some flashlights and I had a EMF detector, a digital recorder, and I think that was it. Maybe a temperature gun. So I walked into the one home, and it's a concrete structure. There's no windows, no doors. It's all open air, but it's a house. It's made out of concrete. If you ever want to see what it's like, just search my channel, JPVideos, Concrete City. But anyways, went into the one house, and it's sectioned off. It's kind of two double houses put together. It's a two-story house. So I walk in the main entrance, the door, and I'm in the main room, and ahead of me is a wall with a doorway, which goes to another room. So as I turn, I'm panning with my flashlight. As I pan towards that doorway, a black, full-body shadow or figure passed across that doorway really quick, and it startled me. I thought maybe someone was actually in there, like a live person. All black. I couldn't see any features, but it was black, and it was almost the same size as me. And it startled me, but the next thing I did is I kind of ran out of there. I was scared because I thought it was maybe a homeless person. But then I went back in. And where the figure went to, it went through a wall, concrete wall. Nothing there. No doorway, no window. It basically went into the other house that's connected to it. But it's a double house. And never saw any sign of it ever since. So what I decided to do, I took my digital recorder. It's just a high-powered tape recorder, but it was digital. You know, I was recording sounds. So I left it on the steps of the basement, and I walked away. We went and checked out the other houses. I looked there for about half an hour. As far as I know, no one else was there. It's just about 3 or 4 of us there walking around, and we're over 100 yards away. So I get the tape recorder, I get in the car, I play it back, and for a few minutes, just dead silence. You know, you hear maybe some crickets. Next thing you know, you hear footsteps, and they're coming closer to the recorder. Footsteps stop, and then you hear some shuffling or something moving around, almost like they touched the tape recorder. It's almost like that kind of noise, like they were sliding it. Now, when I got back, as far as I know, the tape recorder was in the same position that I left it, but something was definitely making noise right next to it. It sounded like either they were moving a rock across the step, or they moved the actual recorder, and it lasted for about a minute. Then dead silence from there on out until we came back to pick up the recorder. So that was my first very real and somewhat scary experience with a ghost. The other one I had was actually in my backyard here, and to this day I still don't know what I saw. Long story short, it was after one of our live stream ghost hunts. It may have been Concrete City or the Avondale coal mine. I think it's the Concrete City one. Me and Jeff Grant Media went there. We did a live stream ghost hunt. and we encountered some things there when we were there, some sounds, some noises coming from different houses, and people that were watching said they saw stuff in the camera. Well, it was either later that night or the next night. Something woke me up. I came outside. It was probably around midnight, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'll try and show you. Hang on a second. Okay, if you can see, the Christmas lights are on a fence, and right down there where the fence ends, you can't see it, but there's a shed there. Well, right in that corner there where it's dark, I came out here, something woke me up, I came out here looking around, and something, like a figure, moved from the fence, past the shed, and disappeared. And it freaked the hell out of me. I thought someone was in my backyard. But I have a sensor light on the shed. The sensor light didn't go off. There's no sound. And it almost like as they were standing there watching me. Because I came out here to see what was going on. Looking around, it's dark out obviously. And it was over in that corner. I'm going to kind of point my finger. It was over right there. And there was a figure there. And as soon as I saw it, it started moving away like that. And it literally gave me chills. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was an actual person in my backyard. I turned my spotlights on. I came out with a flashlight. No sign of anyone. If you see that little light right there, that's actually a sensor light. That'll turn on if you walk within a few feet of it. And that figure walked right by there, and it didn't set it off. To this day, I don't know what it was. I don't know if something followed me home from that location or not, but that it kind of gave me chills. And that's that was my 2 encounters with ghosts. So let me take a look at your comments here. Okay, Everything Network. I started the stream around, I want to say around 8:30, quarter to 9. Shadow figures, yeah. I don't know if they're the same thing as ghosts. I want to say it's obviously something paranormal. I've heard stories where it could be something demonic. So I don't know what it was. I didn't feel scared. I was more or less just startled. Iowa, abandoned places here, subscriber, 10 years old. Yeah, I'd probably be a little freaked out if I saw a ghost when I was 10 years old. Sorry about the focusing in and out. I'm scrolling through your comments here. Yeah, Adam, I remember you being on that stream, and there was things that you guys saw, things that we heard. I remember we left the one house, walking across the field, and next thing we know, a loud bang came from the house next to us. It kind of startled us. Little old lady sizing you up. That's kind of creepy. Toys R Us going out of business. Never encountered any bad news. Cool vibes, what's up? Oh, I definitely have to read that, Lorena. As far as what's going on here? Yeah, the sensor light is what really kind of freaked me out, because it should have went on. Actually, I'm going to take you guys for a little walk down there. I'll show you closer. I'm going to grab a light. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take you on a quick walk here. Okay. Okay, got a flashlight here. Okay, so if you guys see this tree stump here, the figure I saw was standing either on this mound or right behind it. So I was standing up where I was doing the stream by the table there, looked in this direction, and something was standing here and walked in this direction. You know, I'm going to show you, there's a sensor light. It's a small one, but it's a sensor light. And I'm going to walk by it, and you'll see there's a boat here right now, so it's kind of blocking the view. And you can see anything that gets by it sets that light off. So whatever it was walked. This car wasn't here at the time either, but it walked right by the shed here, came around the corner and disappeared, and didn't set that light off. So that was definitely spooky. And there's a look at my patio with our Christmas lights. I think it looks pretty nice though. Let's see. Comments. A redhead. Well, I don't know. I think it was a male figure that I saw. And I'm definitely not scared to go places that are haunted. I mean, I venture into a lot of creepy places and I get a lot of weird vibes in the places I go to, and I don't exaggerate those. If I feel something weird, like something's watching me or something bad, you know, I tell you guys. And it very well could be something watching me. I don't know. Looks nice where you chilling sounds of the crickets. Yeah, it is nice and relaxing. Sleeping with the lights on tonight. Yeah, everything awesome. I agree with you. There's no reason anyone would be there. My initial thought was someone was maybe thinking about breaking in. And like I said, I ran inside, got a flashlight, turned the spotlights on. I have spotlights on the house. And I didn't see anything there. So my guess is someone followed me home. Something followed me home. And anybody who's into paranormal research knows there are certain things you could do or say to try and keep your home, you know, I guess you could say paranormal free. And not to get into detail, but basically said, you know, you're not welcome here. Stay away from me. You're not invited. Go back where you came from. And I didn't ever see it since then. I do have ghost hunting tools. I have a K2 meter. I have an EMF detector. I have a spirit box. I have a temperature gun. I do have equipment. But when that happened at the time, I didn't have it. Slender Man. Slender Man doesn't afraid of me. I think I could take him. I'm about 100 pounds heavier than he is. Well, if it was an intruder, I was thinking maybe I came out right when they were kind of making their approach to the house. You know, maybe kind of sneak along the fence. I really don't know, though. No, this is just a regular LED light, Cree light. It has like a little focus beam. If you guys want a sneak peek, I'm going to get my light. I'm doing a review on it. I brought it to a couple abandoned places. I'll show you how bright it is. Give me a second here. Joe, yeah, I do see your post about getting a monitor. I don't do live streams often enough to really have a monitor. I try and catch all the comments myself, but I do see your posts though. David, yes, I am religious. Not extremely, but I do believe in, a higher power. All right, I'm gonna put the camera down. I'm gonna get something I want to show you really quick that's really awesome. So give me a moment here, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, I'm back. All right, I'm going to show you, got something in my hands here. It's a light. They sent to me for review, and it's got to be probably the best flashlight I've ever owned or ever had a privilege of using. I'm going to show you guys in a second. I do have their video coming out probably next week with this flashlight, and probably safe assumption that you're going to want to purchase one for yourself. But as you can see, it's pretty dark here. There's some lights off in the distance. Well, check this out. And that's from this little tiny light. Look at this. This thing puts out over 3,300 lumens, and it's only 4 inches long. Actually, I'll show you my house here. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's off. That's turbo mode, 3,300 lumens. And I did a review on this. I actually brought this to the Elvira bunkers, and I brought it to an abandoned location near me, and I used it. And it's pretty freaking incredible. And you can actually wear this on your head. It comes with an elastic headband, and you can wear it like a headlamp. So it's one of the best flashlights I've ever seen. And make sure you guys check out that review video. It's about 20 minutes long, but I do multiple demonstrations with it. It's actually waterproof. I put it underwater, and it has 7 different light modes. So really cool product. I'm really excited to show you guys. All right, let me catch up on your comments here. Joe, yeah, I'll take your advice. If I, start growing with the live streams, I'll definitely get some moderators to help with the live streams. Stream light. it's like a huge floodlight. All right, Joe, I'll take that into consideration. Nikola Tesla made the flashlight. No, that's the only downfall I found with this light is you can't adjust the beam, so you can't make it into a spotlight. But I will tell you, it's primarily a floodlight, but it throws off the beam over 500 feet away. I mean, unless you're going spotting deer or something like that, you don't need a spotlight. This is going to light up everything. This can light up the whole room in the house. It's good for, like, if you break down on the side of the road, or if there's someone standing by that fence, I could come out here and blind the hell out of them. John Morris flashlight. These comments are funny. And I'm going to have the link in the page in that video. Once I publish this video, you'll be able to buy one. Let me ask you guys, just based on what you saw, it's waterproof. It comes with a headband so you can wear it on your head. It has 7 light modes. What do you think the price is? You know, what would you be willing to pay, or how much do you think it's going for? Just curious to see what you guys think. Journey with Jay. Funny thing is, we were talking recently about going to Iron Temple, and we were saying how dim it was. Well, I did a demonstration in there with this light. You won't believe how bright it lights up that stage. It's probably the best thing I've ever had for exploring abandoned places. Do you ever go exploring with Josh or exploring with Josh? I don't have any intentions on doing that. I mean, I'm not against it. I'm open to collaborating with other people. I like people who are more like myself, though. I mean, nothing against him. I don't know him, but I like people that are obviously closer to my age. I think he's in his early 20s. But someone who's just down to earth, genuine, not really, you know, over the top, I guess you could say annoying or has a huge ego. But I'm willing to, you know, collaborate with people. Well, if you pay no more than 30, then you're going to miss out. But I'll give you guys a preview, though. Actually, no, I'm not even going to spoil it. I'll wait for the video to come out. Can make a good headlamp. Jay, no, unfortunately, it is more than that. I'll tell you right now, it's under $100. It's more than 50, but once you guys see the performance of this light, once I go through the demonstrations and read all the specs about it, you'll be understanding as to why it costs what it costs. Obviously, I should say honestly, I've seen much more poor performing lights for more money, or just as much. $10 for the light. Yeah, you can show me where you buy this for $10, and I think you'll have a steal. Also, too, it's rechargeable battery, 3100 milliamp battery, so you don't have to worry about buying batteries. And it has a clip on it and the headband, 7 light modes, and it starts off at it's called Firefly. It's the reading lamp, and I'll show you. Hold it in, and it just goes through the different settings. It's kind of crazy. Well, I'm not going to encourage anyone to steal it, but that's up to you. Actually, it's funny you mentioned Carlo. I just found a video of his last night. I was searching for an abandoned theater to see what came up about a video I made, and when I found his video, and it was actually pretty good. I do like his videos. Tracy, depending on the company, you know, if I have an affiliate with them, I can possibly get commission. The good thing with this light is it's sold through Amazon and through the company. So with Amazon, I recently signed up for the affiliate account. So if you purchase it through my link, I'll get some commission out of it. Yeah, I mean, I'll turn it on here and you can see it lights up everything here. This is like kind of almost too bright. Yeah, this would be great for emergencies though. If your power goes out in your house, or if you break down, have a flat tire, you can just walk around and change your tire with this on your head, and you have no problem. Let's see. Well, Bo Davies, I'm glad you enjoyed tonight's live stream. I'm glad you were able to join me, and hope you have a good night. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. As far as I know, I think we're past 11 o'clock now. I've been streaming 2.5 hours almost, and hopefully you guys enjoyed what we talked about tonight. We discussed, some abandoned stuff, uh, video ideas, ghost stories, and this really awesome flashlight. So, I'm not going to bore you guys to death, and I do want to get to sleep at a relatively decent time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our Saturday night live stream. Based on the feedback from you guys, I will be doing this on a semi regular basis, probably one to two times a month. And as Tracy asked, I will have a campfire next time, so that'll be a little bit more interesting. At least we could watch the fire together. I'm reading everyone's comments. Good night to everyone. Adam agreed. Definitely got to do it again. Anyone that's interested in the meetup, I will be discussing and sharing some information in the near future. And just a reminder, tomorrow's upload will be a third and final dark ride from down by Ocean City. And then we return to some abandoned stuff and the review on this amazing light. So to everyone out there, hope you have an amazing night. I should say, hope you have a good night and have an amazing day tomorrow. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.